metaphor, steering the ship through storms or around icebergs while you blithely sing your heart out at the karaoke bar. You want to be able to depend on the captain, whether or not you like him or understand everything he's doing. It's a hierarchical relationship, with the captain assuming his rightful role as the one in charge, and the passengers relaxing in the sense of safety that comes from knowing they can rely on someone to competently steer the ship through calm and rough waters. Many parents believe it's important that their children see them as their friends. But in truth, children need us to be the captains of their ships. I'm not suggesting parents should be in control of their kids. I'm suggesting they need to be in charge. There's a difference. Control, as I'm using the word, is an attempt to compensate for feeling powerless or afraid. Being in charge means that we're capable of keeping our cool even when the seas are rough, or our kids are pushing our buttons, defying our requests, or melting down. When our children perceive us as steady and calm, regardless of their moods or behavior, they can relax, knowing they can count on us to get them through the challenging moments of their lives. Imagine our reaction as passengers if we saw the captain completely lose his cool upon discovering that his vessel had a leak. Wouldn't our confidence in him take a nosedive if he ran around the deck screaming, "It can't have a leak! This is a state-of-the-art ship! We spent $50,000 getting it checked before leaving port." If our captain were incapable of dealing with reality, it would significantly undermine our sense of security. If he responded to rough waters by running through the ship, shouting out in panic, "Oh no, I can't handle this," we'd be very worried. In the same way, when we refuse to deal with reality as it is, our child's anger toward his sister or our teenager's use of alcohol, we leave him without the sense of comfort that comes from knowing he has someone capable of getting him safely through whatever crisis he might be experiencing. We want a captain who anticipates where the rough waters might be, who adjusts his course to avoid bad weather when possible, and who stays cool when things go wrong. If there is a storm, we are far more comforted by a captain who takes charge, calling out directions to his crew with authority and issuing instructions to the passengers about where to go to stay safe, than we would with one who cowered in a corner or jumped ship. Similarly, when we fully inhabit the role of captain of the ship of our home and family, we set the stage for providing the quiet and comforting authority that our children so profoundly need. A simple model for understanding who, if anyone, is in charge. One of the images I use in my work is that of two hands, with the right one representing you as the parent and the left one representing the child. I'll be referring to this image throughout the book, and you can see all its variations on your PDF companion. In Figure 1 on your PDF companion, the right hand is positioned above the left. In this position, we get a visual of the natural hierarchy when the parent is in charge. This image represents you as captain of the ship. You exude the quiet authority that comes from being certain that you can navigate the ship through calm and stormy seas. When the hands are side by side, no one is in charge. I call this, Figure 2 on your PDF companion, the two lawyers. This is where power struggles take place, with each side debating the merits of its position and the one most committed or least exhausted prevailing. When the left hand, representing the child, is above the right hand, the child is essentially in charge. The parent feels desperate and powerless and resorts to bribes and threats in an attempt to exert control. This appears in Figure 3 on your PDF companion. I'll be expanding on this idea throughout the book, but here's a simple scenario that will lay the groundwork for understanding it. Your daughter asks if she can have a sleepover, and you kindly but confidently say, "I'm afraid tonight's not a good night for that." The parent in charge image, Figure 1, would apply. Let's say your daughter asks, "Why not?" and you reply, "Because you're too tired. You've been crabby since you got home from soccer." Your daughter says, "No, I'm not. I just had a bad game." And you respond with,